Hello everyone, welcome back to Trek A Day. Just finished watching the latest episode, episode 9 of season 4 of Lower Decks. And oh my gosh, can it be next week? Because that was actually a very successful cliffhanger. The season has been pretty much following the trend that I thought it was going to be with this mystery ship and the reveal this episode and then the resolution in the 10th episode. And it did so in a way that was very surprising, completely out of left field with the reveal of who this mystery ship is. But at the same time, it didn't feel like just this random nonsense thing. I think, especially in the last episode, next week we are going to get some resolution that has some real logic behind it, even though it just feels crazy. Again, spoiler warning for any of these because I just watched the episode. Haven't even turned off Paramount Plus yet, and I'm recording, and I'm just gonna my free thoughts. So I'm gonna spoil the whole thing if you had not seen it. So go watch it. In this episode, we finally are getting some real constructive reaction to Mariner's increasingly self-destructive behavior, especially since they went to Ferenginar, and she's really not dealing with the promotion well, even though she has these moments where she's coming to her own, or moments where she's toning down. Then now she's just kind of gone off the deep end again. We get a great example of this self-destructive behavior right as the episode opens, as they are repairing a protective shield around the base of two scientists studying this very venomous creature. When the shield goes down, she ignores all thoughts of safety or regulation and just tries to solve the problem the most dangerous way possible. And there are two parts to the episode. Part is dealing with Mariner really delving into the roots of her mental state and finally getting an even clearer picture of what led her to the position that she's in now. We've had little bits and hints in here and there, but nothing quite as effective as what we find in just a short conversation between Mariner and Klingon that we are familiar with. To deal with her self-destructive behavior, Mariner and Tendi and T'Lyn and Boimler are sent on a seemingly very simple, safe mission, while the rest of the crew is off on a mission related to this mystery ship where it seems that some high-profile Starfleet personnel are now being targeted, even though Starfleet vessels have not been targeted by this mystery ship. And we see a funny list of like the who's who of people, and like, oh my gosh, we're going to see this person. No, we are going after Nick Locarno. Which is just, that's a fascinating choice. It's interesting, and it's a fun way of getting Robert Duncan McNeil back, not being Tom Paris, being the character that could have been Tom Paris on Voyager from TNG's The First Duty. And so they go searching for him, and while they do find his base of operations after being booted out of Starfleet, has become a pilot for hire and is up to something more mischievous now. They find his base of operations, they get the reveal that he is behind this mysterious vessel in some form, and that's about it for that plot line. Then we move to the other group, which their safe mission turns into a very dangerous mission as they find themselves on a planet where they're stuck in a game of survival of the fittest in this dangerous environment amongst all the stranded crews of the ships we've been seeing in the episodes. Ships we've been seeing that have been attacked by the mystery ship in previous episodes, the pairings to each of the command officers. And here's where Mariner first kind of goes off the deep end and starts attacking and getting right in the midst of things. And a brief pause with her fight with the Klingon, she allows herself to open up, and we finally see how she has been disillusioned by the events within her experience with Starfleet in a way that actually feels very reminiscent of Captain Shaw in Picard. You know, this idea of Starfleet being about exploration and peace and just exploring strange new worlds and civilizations and just being at the right age to come into your Starfleet career during times of great turmoil. The Borg invasion of Wolf 359, then moving into the Dominion War, not the times of peace and exploration that she was looking for. And we also find a personal connection that she has. She actually knew Nick Locarno and the members of the group at the Academy, and was friends with Sito Jaxa from one of my favorite kind of one-off, well, two-off characters technically in 2 episodes, but short-lived characters, especially in Lower Decks, one of my all-time favorite episodes of TNG, and I love her character in that episode, and finding that she knew her and was proud of her posting on the Enterprise and how much it hurt her when she was killed by Cardassians, and then that was really the first blow to Mariner, and then moving into the experience of the Dominion War. We're finally seeing her, I think, in this moment, deal with her trauma in a more productive way that is starting to lead towards her discovering and recapturing her potential as a leader, as she is what unites these fractured, fighting members of these kidnapped crews on the planet, and they retake Bird of Prey, only to find that Mariner is not aboard. She has been taken by the mystery ship and meets Nick Locarno, and that's where things end. So it was a surprise reveal that I never in a million years, that would not have been a guess I ever would have had of who they were bringing to be involved with this mystery ship, and the reasoning behind it I think will be interesting to see in the next episode. And the connections, timeline-wise and structurally, feel fine. They don't feel forced with Beckett Mariner and characters like Sito Jaxa and Nick Locarno. It feels like it makes sense, and I think it's a very believable way of leading her down the path that she has led, and what really this continuous trauma and disillusionment with the dream of the ideal of what Starfleet should be, and its effects over time. I think over the 4 seasons they've slowly built this background for Beckett Mariner that I think really works. So an all-around good episode. Honestly, might be one of the best structurally, and one of the best pacing-wise, and one of the best written episodes of the show. Not just of the season, but just in general. This is one of the best episodes, I think. It just plays perfectly, and I can't wait for the finale to talk more about it.